Ay, di ba? Dinig din ako.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? Magandang hapon sa everyone. Welcome to GDG Philippines Devfest Pampanga 2022, and welcome here at South Skyline at Angeles City. So, Devfest Pampanga, are you ready? Parang energy. Parang hindi na pangalian. So mga Devfest Pampanga, are you ready? Wow, guys, I love the energy from Bandayan with that. I'd like to introduce myself first. I am Catholic Manila. And I am Vera, and we are your hosts for today. Finally, after 3 years, we are now back to our much awaited face-to-face live event in Bandera. Can you believe it that it feels surreal? And this is the big turning point for all of us since we are progressively returning from our on-site activities, and I'm really excited what GDG Philippines has stored for all of us. Yes, and for everyone, this is the first Devfest that we did in Pampanga. History! Yes. Sino rito yung first time umattend sa GDG na event? Wow, ang dami naman. But before we finish, I would like to congratulate everyone and thank you for being here and supporting us. So why don't you give yourself a round of applause? Yes! You deserve it. Hindi lang yung Sabado lang for us. You deserve it. You're part of GDG Manila. So, without them, syempre, this won't be possible. Their presence is highly appreciated, especially to our sponsors and speakers. Thank you very much. And we are also live at Facebook and YouTube. Yes, say hi to our online viewers. Hello! Ayun. Hi, viewers. I hope you're doing well today. Enjoying them as in your homes. And also, now I have a question for everyone. Like, do you have your social media accounts? Sino dito may Facebook? Instagram? Ano may Facebook dito? Bakit na namin? So, if you have your social media accounts with you, you may try our IG filters and Facebook filters. And you can access it in using our filter search. Just simply search GDG and pwede na mag-flex and post your handsome and beautiful faces. Yes. Diba? It's so easy to search nyo lang on IG or Facebook, GDG Then pwede na mag-flex to your friends and get to know na nandito kayo sa Devfest Pampanga. And don't forget to include our official hashtags kasi you have a chance to win our raffle prizes. Yes. You have our limited edition jacket. You have our Devfest shirt. We also have our Google Home Mini. Ipapabigay later on. Grabe. So all you have to do is use our hashtags. Hashtag GDG, hashtag GDG Manila, hashtag Devfest 2022, and hashtag Devfest Pampanga. Now, before anything else, to make everyone feel safe and sound, here in the house looks for our amazing event. So first, for everyone's safety, masks should always be worn, and we highly encourage everyone to disinfect with alcohol or sanitizer. Ayun. And syempre, I know everyone here has food, you want the long stars. Long stars? Ay, Gen Z. Ayun. We will also have our snack maker on, courtesy of our sponsor, Cloud Staff. Thank you so very much for the employees out here. Also, syempre, let's not forget, this is one of the most important, is to go find a friend. Networking is our network. Yes, dapat hindi lang kasi may mga kakilala mo yung mga kilala mo later on after the event. Kailangan may mga new friends tayo kasi we're all developers here, we're all enthusiasts. So, ayun, learn from everyone here. Balik ko, you will also have opportunity to boost your career, diba? Bongga! Awesome! Yes. So now, let me introduce this incredible woman who is one of the driving developers. She is currently the sales manager of Calman Philippines. And she's more than ready to welcome everyone. Please give her a round of applause to our community lead of GDG Manila, Ms. Faye Estacio. Good afternoon, everyone. Sinasabi ko sa kanila, ang hirap sabayan ng energy. Masyado mataas, diba, yung energy nila. Anyway, thank you so much for being with us here, spending your Saturday afternoon with us. So as shared earlier, this is the first time that we're doing DevFest Pampanga because usually we do IO Pampanga here in Pampanga. So actually, this is the first time that we're doing it, and for the first time, we're also doing it with cloud stuff. So on top of the things that what we're doing first right now, this is also an extension of our 15th anniversary celebration. So we started the main event last week in Manila. And of course, para mas lumadami pa yung celebration that we're doing, we extended it into Pampanga. So just a few facts about GDG Philippines. We started November 19, 2007. Thank you. And so after that, we hosted our first DevFest IO and launched our initiatives as well, which is under Masters last 2014. And then 2017 is our 10th anniversary. And then 2020, in the midst of the pandemic, we had our first online DevFest. And then 2022, here we are right now, we're celebrating our 15th anniversary in Manila and also in Pampanga. So just a few slides back as to what we are really celebrating. So GDG Manila, formerly known as GDG Philippines. Our main goal is to help developers be better developers. So we're all doing this one for free. We're all volunteers and we're doing it on top of our day job, which we are then paid for. So it's actually our passion that is driving us to do this kind of things. Of course, for the tech industry. So just to provide you some things to look forward for today. So we'll be starting off with a opening keynote with Ms. Isha. And then later on we'll have Ms. Tina talking about business and technology. We have Kurt for Kotlin. We have other parallel sessions. So we have a machine learning, solutions architecture, I have remarkable workshop, and also Flutter and some business talks again with attitude. And then around 3:40 we'll be opening our snack bar as well as the mobile bar from CloudStack. And also before we end the program, we'll be having a closing keynote on how to be successful in the journey. So don't forget, as the host mentioned, we'll be giving away prizes for those who will be sharing their experience on social media. So we prepared a filter for you on Instagram. You can definitely check it out and also our digital booth. So feel free to scan the QR code that is on screen. So I won't elaborate this, but we'll be providing raffle giveaways to you later on after the program. So some just event reminders, please make sure, even if I'm not wearing my mask ngayon, make sure you wear your mask and also follow the code of conduct and definitely make sure to network, learn, and have fun. So use your official hashtags GDG Manila, GDG Devfest Philippines, and Devfest Pampanga. So as early as now, we'll be providing the feedback form just to make sure that later on, once you have time and once you were able to hear the talks from your seniors, can help us, of course, improve our events moving forward. So without further ado, as mentioned earlier, this event won't be possible without cloud staff as well. Let me call in Dog. Hi, Dog. Join me here and let's welcome everyone.
afternoon, everyone.
Have you prepared your 10 slides?
Nope. Not in the slightest.
So once again, go!
Salamat at magandang hapon. Sorry guys, stupid like this. Not very clever. So if my pronunciation is wrong, I'm awfully sorry. But I could talk about our staff. No one wants to hear Faye to listen to a corporate sponsor. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah? This is boring, right? What I would prefer to do is talk about partnership, volunteering, relationships, community. So it's a very brief talk for me. Faye, why do you think that it's worked well between GDG and cloud staff so far?
Actually, it's definitely bringing out and making sure that we help and sustain the tech industry. It's not just about you providing a sponsorship, we providing you the languages, but of course, giving a platform and an event for the tech industry, and of course, extending it here in Pampanga.
I think you will agree, Faye. We've actually become pretty good friends over the past 6 weeks. Yep.
Definitely.
And this is collaboration, everyone. This is how we work well with one another and how we move things forward. If I sit there and look at Kyle, will you give us a wave? Guys, that is a man called Kyle Merritt. Now, Kyle is a VP here. We also have two of my senior people, which are Charles and Kino. Thank you, Charles, and Dominic Canelio. Thank you. Jacob, good afternoon. I'm going to really embarrass someone now, if that's all right. And the fact that she's here, she knows I'm talking about her. Guys, if everyone can turn around and look at the Magana Princessa, sat next to the listening units, that is my beautiful little breezer. So, let's wait for the applause 1 second. Look at the incredible events team from GDG and Cloud Staff team as well. This is collaboration, partnership, and how we move forward, not as individuals, but as a collective. So, guys, event team, please raise your hands. Guys, round of applause, please. Faye, I think that's enough from me. Useful little breezer. Should I shut up now? Yeah, I'm going to shut up. Guys, thank you. I'll be back to speak later. And then we also have an incredible, you won't be a cardboard cutout, I promise.
Actually, I thought that's for us. No.
If you want to take a cardboard cutout of 45, then you're more than welcome. Laura Burns, our CEO, who is also a chartered developer, will be joining us later to talk through things. Faye, back to you.
Thanks, Dom. So, without further ado, let me see the next program. Thank you.
I'll just left here to answer. Faye, you know what happens when you leave the microphone too long?
Thank you so much, Dom and Faye, for that. Really heartfelt and inspiring message from our GDG community. Grabe, talaga namang we help developers be better developers. Actually, hindi lang sa mga developers. We help for everyone to sustain the tech industry. Yes, for social good. So ayun, we would also like to thank our generous sponsor for making this event possible. This GDG Devfest Pampanga 2022 event is powered by Google, made possible by GDG Manila and Women Techmakers Manila, and co-presented by Cloud Staff. Thank you, sponsors. So now, again, if you want to post selfies and get featured, please log us at GDG Philippines. So we're gonna post it and you get featured as well. And don't forget our official hashtag GDG, hashtag GDG Manila, hashtag DevFest 2022, and hashtag DevFest Pampanga. So take note that you choose the best post and you'll win a prize. Sino yung hindi ka gusto manalo na? Ay, prizes! Sino? Sige, sino gusto manalo ng prizes? Gusto mo manalo ng prizes? Can we take a movie? I'll go it to Grandest. I'll be posting it. At ko na lang kayo na. Kunyari, nakita kayo guys. Ay, guys, nakita! Pagkali ko kayo. One, two, three. Okay. Alright. Yeah, we'll post that using our official hashtags as well. Hashtag DevFest Pampanga, hashtag GDG, hashtag GDG Manila, and hashtag DevFest 2022. Ayun. So before we move on to our first speaker today, let's give energy to everyone. Back to tayo ng energy. Ay, true. Parang tayo ng ating energy. Kasi parang hindi pa lang yata yung event. Kailangan ng energizer. So let's have a game. Let's have a move. So everyone, please use yung mga phones nyo. And also, if you're not connected to our Wi-Fi. Everyone! Connect to our Wi-Fi. This is Skycloud and the password is Global Workforce 2022. Please access our Wi-Fi to join our group. And we'll be giving away jackets the first place, and then the second and third place we'll be giving away our DevFest shirt. So, stickers. Ayun. So, ang pinag-on, hindi na dapat tama, kailangan mabilis kailangan na I think very competitive yung mga so, go to the group that and please enter the game, please. 863-3442. Then please flash the screen column yung Wi-Fi password. Wi-Fi password. So take note, guys. ID is Ground Staff Skype Club. Let's go on to our recruit game. Ayan. Make sure that you have your Wi-Fi access. Para 863-3442. Yeah, so nandito na si Edmond, Lara, Amber, Shirley. Diyan. Last time sa Manila, may sumalang pangalan ko. Yes, I remember. Very memorable. Actually, I can see some familiar faces here na nasa DevFest Manila rin. Wow, hindi nagkakaroon. Wow, hello sa inyo. Grabe naman yung dedication sa pag-attend. Oo, actually, na-remember ko sila. Kasi, nakita ako nag-post siya, may nahanap siya eh. So ba yun? May nahanap siya na ako white polo. Actually, nahanap siya ako nandito siya. Ayan, ang dami ng sumali. Ilan na to? Yun, 35-6. Ayan. We'll start with you. Please enter the game room. Yeah, we have Ken, Nax, PJ, Alex, Ara. Dito na babasahin isa. Sino ba ako? Start na letter S. Nanalo, sino ba ako? Nakakalaw ka. Pero di ba alam ako? Exo. Mario, Arcade, James. Grabe naman. Ayun. Okay, si Andrew Gating now will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start the game, please. Let's start our round. So first question, we want to know. Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. First question, are you ready? Yeah. Ewan ko na lang kung mas mag ng mga kasi natin. Nakakalok. Ipitigil na ito ng DevFest. Oo, nakakalok pa yan. 45 minutes. Wow! Wala nang good talaga. How many are ready na? Yes, no, yes. Okay, let's go to our first real question na talaga. Ito na. So we have 5 questions. Let's proceed to the next. Yeah. Now, please. That's the number. Who is the current CEO of Google? GDG Manila. Yeah. I wonder who. Sino nga ba? Who who is the current CEO of Google? Jera? Wala na, Jera. Ayan, pag yung katabi niya yung CEO wala. Sure. Yun. So, that's in seconds. Let's see sino ang makakakuha ng top score for this round. Ayan! Hindi ko kami alam ayan! Sino muna? Wow! Husay! Wow! Let's see kung siya pa rin yung mga muna sa next question. Second question. Which among these icons is not a Google product icon? Ayan. 30 seconds. Everyone, pabilis na po guys. Nag-follow ko yung research. Eh, parang sarap yung answers ngayon. Kanina 45 na ngayon, meron tayo 65, 66. Ayan. Wow! Sinis mo ito sa Android. Ayan, saan ang character galing yan? Character from Grandest. Baka nalilito na natin. Ayan, sino naman yung muna? James! James! Ano si James? Ayan. Oh, wow, yes. Diba? Score 1,194. Which Google technologies are included in the top sections of our Manila DevFest? Manila DevFest ko. Ayan, so ito yung parang mag-goal na alam nyo ka lang. Yeah. Nanonood kayo ng last live stream or pinanood kayo last DevFest na nila. Alam mo yan. Yung nag-open ata ng Facebook nila yung sino. Nag-scroll bigla eh. Correct answers, Spencer Flo. Congrats for getting my correct answers. Sino na muna? Si Jay. Wow! Grabe naman. Palawan siya. Let's go to our last formerly known as GC. Oh, seryoso. Nakakalawa na. Ayun, let's see. Ano kaya? 2 and 1. 69 answers. Ano kaya ang sagot? Google Workspace. 37 people got the correct. So, you can ilan ang muna pa yung score? Jay! Ilan score of 3,000? Grabe! Ayun, last question. Double point. What year did GDG Philippines started? Ayan, dyan na. Sana nila kung ng video ng yan. Sabi lang nila, kung nakikita sila kayo ng video, malalaman nila. Mga nagkakawalan nila. Kasi dito kami sa government ng community. Ano kahit sa government ng birthday? So, it started around 2007. This is our 2007. 55 people got the correct answer. So, let's see. Say pa rin ba? Top 3 are correct. Oh, si Ma'am! Perfect! Si Ma'am! That is great! First or first is sino kaya ang mga Tio! Congratulations for Tio, James, and Pogi si Ma'am. Don't forget to take your prizes. Take your prizes here po with this way. Dito lang po sa keypad. Yan, congratulations guys! Very competitive. I hope that enjoy kayo sa aming game. Tawag na lang tayo sa next one. Kaya ano naman si Jay, tawag na sa next one. Actually, Jay, meron kaming DevFest, palalo ba? Ayun. Thank you everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Love you. Yeah! Congratulations to all your winners. And mamaya, meron pa tayong raffle for your social media posts. So, di ba tayo naubusan ng ating swag? So, I believe it's our time for our coaching time. So, our next speaker is an HR professional with exposure to various industries as part of the Go-To Group and with previous work experience in Mount Plaza Manila Galleria as Smart Communications Inc. She is also managing the employee experience and engagement team of changing some food instinct, and she leads the team on a variety of culture, engagement, communications, and employee experience improvement initiatives. She is an avid writer and reader who is passionate about doing things the right way for what's best for those involved, most efficient, and most impactful. Let us all welcome and please give her a round of applause, Isha Ivanov.
I play on-site audience, and hi also to my four adoring fans and my cousins in life. Let me start off by telling you a little bit more about myself. I've spent 7 years so far in the HR profession, and before that, I was a psychology graduate. BSI, so I took 36 units of science in every course, except for one in bachelor's now. So it was particularly interesting to me when my tita brought up the idea of me and my cousins joining them in a group course for dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT, which was created by Dr. Marshall Linnell. It was a grueling 17-week course that aims to improve your skills you can use every day. I believe that therapy is for everyone, and you don't need to have a specific reason to go, because at the end of the day, it's about making yourself more capable. From the 17-week course, I'll try to share some key highlights in about 17 minutes. As a disclaimer, I am not a psychologist, but I have a lot of problems like everyone. And they say experience is the best. Today our topic is called How to Solve Every Problem. And it's with an asterisk because the solution may not necessarily be a solution. In every situation, we have 4 options, and all of these are valid. Let's go through each of them. Option 1 is to change the situation. You can do something to change the circumstances that you're in. Face the direct possible conflict, especially if it's worth it, and if it's realistically something you feel you need. I'll give an example. Let's say you have an annual employee engagement survey. The results arrive and they direct you towards action plans, like having more open conversations within your team. Is it worth the effort of changing? Yes. Is it something you can change? Also yes. You can decide to drive the change you know that it needs. Number 2, when we talk of changing the situation that you're in, this also includes the option of leaving the situation. That's also part of this, as leaving an impossible situation removes you from the possible. Want to learn more? Google DBT be your man to let you know you have to get what you want from a situation. Option 2 is to change how you feel about the situation. This one is interesting. What if you can't change it? What if you can't leave? Another option is to retool how you feel about it. So for this one, several skills come into play. The first one is to be more aware of your emotions. So for mindfulness of your emotions, there are several things that you can do. First is to observe your emotion. Just step back and notice your emotion. Don't try to suppress it or hold on to it or amplify it. Just notice it. The second is mindfulness of body sensations. Meaning, try to notice where in your body you're feeling the emotion. If it's a tightness in your chest, or if you feel it warm in your hand or in your hands, just try to notice where you feel it in your body. The third is to remember that you are not your emotion. If you feel angry, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to act on it, you have to be angry. If you feel sad, it doesn't mean that you are sad, it's just that it's something that you feel like. And the fourth one is the one sounds really extreme, is practice loving your emotion. Meaning, respect it and don't judge it. As a Virgo, I agree a lot. We have another Virgos here. As a Virgo, I think about mistakes that happened years ago. But what I do is I just acknowledge that the feeling is going through me, that I feel that way, it's spring moment, remembering something that happened years ago. It just helps you to reframe that this is something you feel, it's not necessarily something you want. Another thing you can try to manage how you feel about a situation is to try doing opposite action at the same time. So in DDP, there are a list of opposite actions for every emotion that you might feel. So let's take this with an example. First one is opposite actions for fear. If you feel afraid, it can help you do the opposite of what your fearful action urges. For example, you can do something that you're afraid of over and over. You can try it little by little, approaching it little by little. But you can do what you're afraid of over and over. Try to lessen how you feel about the situation. Another thing you can do is to do things that give yourself a sense of control and mastery over your fears. Do things that make you feel strong, that make you feel confident, and that make you feel like you can take your fear off. So those are some of the things you can do in terms of opposite actions for fear. Third, another route, another skill you can apply to change how you feel is to build positive experiences. So these help also strengthen yourself and help you build positive things that can help you combat negative feelings or stressful feelings in our situation. And there are several ways to do this. One is to build positive experiences now. Now meaning today, in the present. It's good to increase less the density of positive emotions and to do at least one thing each day that you can enjoy. It can be very simple. It can just be like listening to music or eating something that you like, or drinking coffee, or looking at the sky. Something simple every day, at least one, to continue to build positive experiences. The second is to be mindful of positive experiences. To focus your attention on positive moments when they are happening. In other words, to be fully present, to participate. Lately, I've been trying to build a habit of not multitasking when it comes to breaks. Meaning, when I eat, I try not to read or watch something at the same time. And it's been a tough habit to break. But I've been trying to make an effort to appreciate and taste my food more, and I think it helps with it. Third is to be unmindful of words. So this means don't think about when a positive experience will end or whether you deserve it. Just don't think about those kinds of words so that you can be present and really experience the positive experience. If you want to learn more, Google DDP self-soothing or DDP improving. Okay. Option three is to radically accept the problem. Big word. This is one of the key teachings of DDP, and it even informs part of the name. The D in DDP is dialectical, meaning that two opposing things can be simultaneously true. It can be both true that your family member loves you, but that they also end up hurting you. It can be both true that you value someone, yet they also have behaviors that you don't agree with. And this is where radical acceptance comes in. Radical acceptance is when you stop fighting reality and accept it for what it is. It doesn't mean that you agree with it. It doesn't mean that you condone it. But it means that you accept that it is happening and you let go of any bitterness that hurts yourself. That's basically what radical acceptance means. But when it comes to radical acceptance, there are also some suggestions on what it is that has to be accepted. It doesn't mean necessarily accepting every single thing and then not really doing anything about it. There are certain suggestions on what are best to be accepted. So these are those. The first one is reality as it is. To accept the facts about the past and the present, and that these are facts, even if you don't like them. So one example is that the society that we live in still has a lot of biases against women, against Filipinos, against a lot of different demographics. And even if you don't agree with these biases, it's still a fact of reality as it is right now. And that's something that radical acceptance grapples with or encourages us to just accept, but not condone, not necessarily agree with, but just acknowledge that as reality. The second is that there are limitations on the future for everyone. Which is true, but only realistic limitations need to be accepted. Only realistic ones. meaning that if it's something still that is a limitation you can actually do something about, you don't need to just sit still and accept it. Third is that everything has a cost, including events and situations that cause you pain and suffering. When we talk about some encounters that some of us have had with, for example, people who have said hurtful things or had different biases, those people who spoke to us or who acted in certain way also have their own context. They also have their own background, and they also grew up a certain way that led them to think the way that they are now. Sometimes people are just a product of their time or of their background or of what they have or of what they themselves have experienced in their lives. And that's something that's just another part of that. And the fourth one that they also include here is that life can be worth living, even with painful events. So this is also where the dialectical concept that there can be two consequences. Life has painful events, and yet life is also painful. So these are some of the examples of the things where we can practice radical acceptance, especially if it's a situation that we can't decide change, or if it goes beyond just changing how you feel, if it's already one of those things that you need to tolerate it or accept the problem for a while, or accept the matter as it is. If you want to learn more, you can Google DBT practicing radical acceptance step by step. And the fourth option is to stay miserable. It sounds horrible, but it's a real option. You can remain in a situation. What matters is that you do it intentionally, meaning it being your choice with full acknowledgement of consequences. And you have to mean it. Because if you don't mean it, it might not be the right option for you. And sometimes this fourth option even becomes a necessity. When something happens that causes us grief, sometimes we just need to stay where we are, remain in the feeling. No other option might feel genuine for a while, and that's okay. What matters is that we really mindfully chose this, but we also have to be prepared to live with everything else that comes with it, if we choose this option. Now, with all of these options, how do you decide which option to go for? This is the hard part. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to evaluate which one of these you can do with intention, or which one you want to do first if you're not ready yet and you want to do the others. But you have to do it mindfully and with your own intention, with intent. You need to choose it, and you need to choose it for yourself. So no matter what kind of situation we end up with, we can remember that we have these four options. Whether you want to change the situation, whether you want to change how you feel about it, whether you want to radically accept it, or whether you want to stay miserable. And I think that's something we can vary into each day as we go through different kinds of situations, problems, things we want to solve, or things we want to tackle. Thank you, and I hope that we're able to learn something.
Alright, thank you very much, Teacher Diba. Naiiyak ako sa mga Teacher Diba kasi actually, congrats. Thank you very much, Miss Tisha. Actually, as much as she wants to join us here in person, she cannot join us since she's not feeling well, unfortunately. But she's available online now for some questions and answers if you have some. And also to say hi then. Hello, Tisha. Hello. Ayun. So, if you have any questions, you may approach the mic in the middle. Does anyone have questions? Yeah, any questions? The mic's open. Ayun. To sum it up. Wow. So, we have four ways to approach our problem. So, first, four ways. Change the situation. Second is to change the way how you feel about the situation. Third is to radically accept it. And fourth, stay miserable. So, now, I'm go syempre. I want to me, siguro. Okay, go. I like yung option three. It is what it is. Radically accept the problem. Sa akin naman, change the way how I feel kasi. Kasi I don't want to stay miserable. I don't want, since I can accept it, I still want to be happy. So I'll find ways how to be happy in other ways. I'll buy food and all. So anyone here has questions before
Do you have
you?
any questions for
Ayun. I think naman, since it's very clear and concise. Thank you
Yeah,
very much,
clear,
Isha.
crystal clear?
Yes, thank you very much. A round of applause for Isha, for Isha.
Wow.
Ayun. Miss Isha, anything you want to add from your presentation earlier? Yes.
You have any messages?
Yes. If you want to say hi to someone online, also you can do that now.
I guess the only thing I will add is that when we took this course, we didn't know what to expect, but we ended up seeing that we could apply it in every day, and then even afterwards, we would apply it in our personal lives, or even in work, even in things that we want to do. So I wanted to share a little bit what we did because it's a way that we can look at different situations that we also find ourselves in, and how to put ourselves in the mindset to think of which one we would want to approach and take on. There's a lot more about PPP. That's why I also recommended to Google the other terms there if you want to find specific step by step or framework on different topics. And I hope everyone has a great rest.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Super ganda ng talk niya kasi di mo lang siya after to work, pwede
Yeah. So, the rest of your life. Ngayon, i-update natin ngayon.
Very diverse talaga.
Thank you very much, Isha.
Yes, thank you so much. Now, who here is interested with business technology? Meron kanina businessman, businesswoman, raise your hands. And I'm sure that many of you are interested with this next talk because our next speaker is a digital delivery manager for DXC Technology, responsible for delivery of engagements
Wow.
and deals for enterprise across various industries, and with her varied experience in project management, business analysis, solutioning, design thinking, and emerging technologies. She also works closely with the client and her team in building a culture of innovation by using the customer knowledge gained in various engagements to come up with use cases that can be tested through the frequent experimentation and technology exploration. In fact, Tara, she graduated with a degree in BS Computer Science and a Master's in Technology Management in the University of the Philippines, Philippines. Scholar. She'll be talking about global leadership, building a career-bridging business and technology. She's none other than
Sabihin na tayo, mga bongga.
She's none other than Maria Cristina Olpo. Let's give her a round of applause.
Yes. Okay, technical difficulties pa. So, hello, good afternoon. Devfest Pampanga. Okay, so nakakain naman na kayo siguro before. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so let me just do a quick scan of the room. No? Still in college. Raise your hand. Okay, good. Okay. Already working, either corporate or school business. Okay, sige. So, yun na. Okay, so my name is Tina, so nakakit pangalan ko. But my name is Tina, and I'll be sharing a bit about my journey in terms of double leadership, how you can bridge business and technology. Okay. So, I'll share some sinabi nila, Aisha and Jera kanina yung career ko, no, background ko. But let me just quickly share also my career as I traverse IT. So, in college, for those in college, so I graduated, yes, computer science, but I actually didn't really like coding when it was in college. But I like troubleshooting and debugging machine problems, and also tinkering with databases. So that actually led to my decision on joining HP back then as an applications PA, applications database administrator. And then eventually moved into applications management, wherein I had to make sure that one of the websites that our client was using, which is parang Amazon, that their Amazon within an FMCG company, was up 24/7. So I traversed a lot of roles there, learned to manage and deal with angry stakeholders and angry customers, and making sure that they solve their issues very, very fast. After that, as I managed clients, so it was natural progression into project and portfolio delivery management. So more on implementation of changes, development, features, and that. And then after that, so I learned to manage financials, stakeholders, be on track and schedule. And after that, I learned to develop solutions that are sellable and that make sense for our clients. So that's why I went into pre-sales, solution architecture, and consulting. My knowledge there in terms of coming up with solutions and being able to work with the client as their trusted advisor led me to help start up the business analysis group within my company here in Manila. And we started exploring emerging technologies. So like blockchain, AI, virtual and extended reality, and also thinking of practical use cases of how these technologies can be applied for enterprise clients. So like, for example, some people don't think blockchain. Aside from crypto, where do we use blockchain? Or the VR headsets, right? It's a question. Yeah. Quest or HoloLens. What would be a practical application for that in the enterprise or for actual clients? So, depending on the role ngayon, so right now, I'm back doing delivery management. But in reality, I kind of shift depending on what's needed at that point in time. As I traverse all of these roles within IT through my journey, people always say or tell me, both of the client and my teammates or developers, well, the data gets mo, kung na-interpret mo, you understand me. So, it was also a running joke within my team, my developer teammates, that I act as a translator for you. Para mo lang, para mo na, so yeah, so it was a running joke. It was funny at some point in time. But then it stumbled upon a term called double leadership. To double leadership or double people means that these are individuals who has both strong digital skills and deep functional expertise. For example, you know technology, so you know how to implement or create or develop mobile applications. But you also know, let's say, the supply chain or the business process of groceries or selling. Yeah. So you're not you are a type of person who understands both business and technology. Um, and based on how we're going through the current trends right now, there's a lot of need for people to understand both technology and the business. Okay. So let me share some examples of companies who are able to bridge both business and technology. The first one, so Google, pre-Google, which was before this when internet was still starting, right? We didn't have Google, so we didn't have Google before. And the only way you can find websites before was your website needs to be submitted or registered to the Vista, at the Vista, ASCII, so that your website can be indexed And you also need to tell them what category you need that website to be. It's the only way then people will be able to find your website. But since Google came in, they were able to come up with a search algorithm that crawls back and crawls to different pages. And it existed on their own dynamic. Netflix, did you know that Netflix started as a DVD subscription service? So, sino nakakaalam what a DVD looks like? Does anyone still know what a DVD looks like? So DVD is a below the rat. Below, yeah. So, yung predecessor niya is VHS. Netflix started as a DVD subscription service. As the internet bandwidth improved and video streaming technologies improved as well, Netflix took advantage of that increase in the quality of web streaming and video streaming technologies, and made quality content available to everyone, whenever they want. So that's why they kind of pioneered, YouTube. They kind of pioneered video content. Right? That's Netflix. Airbnb solved two problems. So on the other side of the coin, you had travelers, low budget travelers, who cannot afford to go to a hotel. So there are people who like to prefer you, backpackers, the couchsurf, yeah. The other side of the coin, or the problem, was that there were some homeowners, and they have a spare room that they will use frequently, or they have a vacation house, and it's just a slide there, it's not being used. So Airbnb created a platform and merged those two problems together. Solve those problems together. They kind of match. So you have people signing up or offering their rooms and their houses for use for low budget package. Right? And that's what released the iPhone. So iPhone was introduced in 2010. Before that, so that was the rise of digital content. Readers, PDAs, cell phones, and PDAs are starting to have colored screens, right? Wala na nakakaalam sa PDAs and all. But yeah, so iPhone, the promise of iPhone when it first launched was that you will have it's three in one factor. So you'll have an MP3 player, you'll have a email device or email capability, and you'll be able to call, right? So iPhone has continually evolved since 2007. It brought a lot of new features. So what are the common traits of these leaders? So first is that they were able to empathize with the end users and also the technologists who were working behind the scenes. So what is empathy? Empathy is the ability to experience the same feelings as another person. Right? They're able to understand the key points of how a user would use tools or why would I bring three different devices if I can just have one. The other side of the coin is that you also understand that the simple functionality request can become very complex in terms of development. So that's it. The second is that they're also able to understand the data that's made available to them, analyze it, and understand the insights coming from those data. They're able to use it to their advantage and drive certain strategies for them, whether it be marketing or development strategies or resourcing strategies. Third is that they had creativity and were very, very innovative. So, like for example, who would think that you just instead of having people submit websites so that they can find them or can search for them, you just crawl through the web, diba? Or who would thought to take to build a platform and bring two groups that have different problems together, different operating problems together. They solve it in a very creative and innovative way. They also use technology to solve those problems innovatively and creatively. And last but not least is that we were able to market and sell those ideas and products. So I know it's hard, especially for introverts, to sell the book out there. But marketing and modern methods of marketing is really, really important. You also need to be able to understand how to market those different segments of users. For example, um, is your target audience more on TikTok, on IG reels? Do they prefer short form, long form, videos, ads? Where is your audience? Okay. So they're able to market those products effectively and appeal to the problems that needs to be solved. That's totally great. But why would you want to be a double E? What are the advantages for you as a person, as an employee, as a student? First is that it makes you a better problem solver. Since you're able to empathize, you're able to understand both sides of the coin. Diba? You're able to look at things at a bigger picture, a bigger perspective, but you can also zoom in. Okay? So zoom in, you can look at the very, very fine details. So that makes you a better problem solver. Next one is that it makes you become or becomes you become a better communicator. Since whenever you communicate, and in order to effectively communicate, you need to be able to understand each other. Diba? Parang nanood ng Netflix, ng Korean K-drama, na walang subtitle. How do you understand? Aside from the emotional, the expressions. So, being able to speak the same or similar language helps you become a better communicator. And you're only able to do that if you understand where they're coming from. What's their background? So if you're able to talk to your developer teammates, explain things in a technical or semi-technical way, and you're able to talk to your clients or the business in business terms. Right? There are some tendencies, especially for IT, to talk to clients or businesses in overly technical terms. So that's usually a problem, and there happens. That's where miscommunication comes from. So it helps to become a better communicator. Last but not least, and which is the theme of GDG also, is that you are able to bring people and communities together. Since you are a better communicator, you're able to reach out to people more. When you reach out to more and more people, you're able to bring them to the table and get diverse perspectives. Once you have those diverse perspectives, you're able to solve problems better. You're able to look at all perspectives, understand what are potential pitfalls and advantages of a certain situation. And really diversity is one of the things that make innovation thrive as well. So to wrap up, and this is my last slide. So to wrap up, so double people, leaders, and employees are essential to play in today's environment, especially now wherein technology is constantly changing. And we need businesses need champions. They're champions for them to bring them together along the technology of improving and transforming the way we work, improve the way we work. So that's it for today from my end. Thank you for listening and hope to
All right, thank you, Maria Christina.
What did
Tina, okay. Thank you, Christina, for that wonderful insights about
Let's give her a round of applause again. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you, Christina. I hope everyone had the best insights in your career today. trajectory and being able to bridge both business and technology makes me feel like I want to be a global leader as well.
Yung una, inassess natin na what are the different ways to approach the problem. Inis nila naman how to solve the
Yeah,
problem.
more an application naman.
Yes, grabe. Very like, the little line of mga cost natin is accurate.
Yeah, so now, who here is into mobile development?
Wow, mobile development, raise your hands. Wow, we have the tables at the back.
Yeah,
So, sige, how about naman for Android development? Yun.
I can see some hands here.
Yun, sakto dahil our next speaker is an engineer who's focused on mobile development. He started using Kotlin at 2008 working an official language for Android development. He enjoys using the language and building apps using Kotlin multi-platform. He's currently the director of mobile engineering for Argentina and advocates the use of modern technologies for mobile development.
He's now ready to talk about mobile development. Let us all welcome and give him a round of applause, Kurt Acosta!
So hi. From our like, when I became a GDG, it was kind of the pandemic. So all my sessions were like online, and I was like, oh weird. Like I always face a camera, like I always see people. Now I'm here seeing people. Like it's weird. But we're here. So yeah. I didn't see the hands earlier, but like who here are mobile devs? We have a few. And yeah, I know what I'm in college students, right? But yeah, so, alright. It might be your own place. But, okay. Anyway, so hi, my name is Kurt. I'm a GE Google Web Expert Quadrant. So I've been dealing with Quadrant for quite a while. And yeah, it's a very pleasant language to do for me. So I really want to talk about it. For my day job, I'm currently a director of mobile engineering for Filipino, startup. And yeah, this is what I want to talk about with you, which is how to build native apps using Jetpack Compose. So if you are in a multi-platform. So, alright, there you go. So, alright, when you build an app, any kind of app, backend, server, web, you do a good code, right? Let's put it in more context. When you build an Android app, you build Android code. But usually in the context of mobile, when you build an Android app, that usually will have an iOS counterpart. So you build your iOS app, and that needs more code. So you have double the code. But this is a problem that it's always there. You need to duplicate the code. Like basically your iOS and Android apps are the same, so that you will reach more people on two different platforms. Right? So what is the ideal one is why can you have this singular code base that works for both? And you can't do that, and that's because like platform constructs. Android does this, iOS does this, you have to respect each platform to it. And that's basically what this talk is about, which is another cross-platform tool. So, quantum multi-platform mobile. And it's another solution that tries to bridge that and helps bridge those two platforms together. So, what's KMM? So, write your business logic for your Android and iOS apps in your Kotlin. So, notice how it just highlights business logic. So, we're going to have a single code base for our logic because we're going to use Android and iOS specific features while training that code. So the difference between other platforms is that other platforms like we share everything. Here we just focus on the logic. But on our platform side, we want it to be fully native. So we want our apps to be first class citizens. If you're Android, you want to use Android features. If you're iOS, you want to use iOS features. And again, Kotlin. It's a very nice language. So yeah, check it out. Please do it. So, alright, came member said it was like, okay, here you go, and then it goes back to delete this. So, let's go at this example. So, if you have a Flutter or React native app, you're code would kind of look like this. You have a very fat layer in the middle, because all of your code is there, so it's going to be managed by the framework, by React Native framework, but then eventually it gets compiled to an iOS app or an Android app. So you're still going to do it native. But yeah, your code is there, the framework handles the platform translation. But with Cayman, we can like balance things out. So you're only going to share the business logic, but you're going to implement whatever's for the platform in that platform. So that way, you're absolutely, first class citizens of that. So one thing I hate when I see apps is when there's an iOS app trying to be an Android app, or there's an Android app and it's designed as an iOS app. So here, like, you can do it in respect of the platform. Of course, you want your users to feel at home, right? You want those users to be in their platform. So, okay, you can just share the business logic with great access for that specific platform. And yeah, what's good about Cayman is that you can mix and match whatever you want. So I put a few classes over here what you can share. So in this example, like your Cayman module has your business logic, your networking logic, your persistence logic, but then some of your free logic is in your apps. Maybe you want to make it thinner, more balanced. Maybe you put some more of this logic in the apps. Or maybe you want to keep your apps really dominant and just share everything inside the code. So, you have that flexibility to do that with the bottom of the platform. So, but okay, you can do that, you can try that with platforms, or how does it work? So, this is a really cool feature for content. So, content usually started as a weekly job last year, but eventually they did this strategy. So now content can compile with these different targets. It can compile to JVM, that's why you can try to in Java, you can by JVM. It can compile to JavaScript, so you can use it for web, and compile to native targets like macOS, Linux, Windows. So there you go. So with that, we can use that strategy to get the right content for Android, which runs on the JVM, and write it for iOS, which is called the native. And not just that, so we're not going to do that. Right? You can also do using different targets. So like I said, if you want native, you can use macOS, Linux, Windows, desktop, Android use the JVM, iOS you can use it as an Android framework. JavaScript, of course, for web, and you have JVM backwards, you can use that as well. But for this specific session, like we're going to be focused on this. They see that it's common use case that people share content or Android and iOS. So we got to do it. Um, so, yeah. So now I was, so this is going to be a simple explanation of how things need to work with content. So you can expect, I think that works with these expect actual mechanism. So you can see the content inside the specs, and on the platform side, you get the actual implementation. So this is just a super simple snippet of that. So if you have a common code, you can see there is expect function platforming. So that discusses about the hey, I'm expecting this function, we need a interpretation for the platform. And then you can make a function for Android. So okay, if you run this on Android, your platform name is Android. If you run this on iOS, your platform name is iOS. So it's kind of like that. So yeah, I'm trying to make a product. So before you do that, let's get things set up. So they make it easier for us. So if you're going to build a multi-platform project, you can just download this multi-platform project. Just over here settings on Android Studio, and you will get access to those tools. So once you have that tool, you'll be able to this to create a new project. There's a payment application for the choices. And yeah, just go through a couple of options over here that you can just choose the default ones, and you're going to make your project. So how would your project be structured? You can see there are folders, right? So you can see Android app, iOS app, and shared. Those are the three things that you need. So Android app, that's your Android app. iOS, that's your native iOS app, and shared code, that's what both platforms are going to share. So, okay, now how does it work, right? How does Android get that shared code? How does iOS get that shared code? So, okay, let's look into how even modules configure. So it starts with this like, okay, I'm saying I have a module that's for volume on the platform, and now I have access to configuring that multi-platform module. And here I'm just saying that, hey, I want to target Android, so I'm using this module for Android. So with that, since I'm configuring it for Android, I need to add a few more configurations, just saying, hey, Android, but there's some file version, this SDK version, etc., etc. And for your Android app, all you have to do is add it as a library. So it's a direct, what is it's a it can be directly used by Android Studio when you do that. So okay, this is an Android module, and then add it as a dependency. So it's not easy for Android. The squad then is kind of needed at this point for Android. It's easy to use. But what about for iOS? So if you're making iOS apps, you should be familiar with local ones. So here I go back to the content platform module and they say earlier I said I want to target Android, now I want to target iOS. So fortunately with iOS you have to target lots as well. Because how this works. You need to target these three architectures. And now we're going to set up photo bots. Now this allows us to use this multi-platform module for photo bots and makes it easier for iOS to do. So, okay, now I have this, and for iOS, it's going to generate this bots like that. But under the hood, it's basically just going to run this command, which is a data command. So it just falls back into that relevant data. And yeah, on your mod file for iOS, you just add this, add the reference to that shared, that generated bots, and then there you go. Now it's connected. The payment module is now connected to your, sorry, payment module is connected to that. So okay, so there you go. So now it's connected. Now it's time to look inside the shared folder. So if you can look inside the shared folder, you can see three main folders over there, which is common main, iOS main, and the. So that's very important. There, of course, the shared code that we use for both apps. So, yep. So when you look inside that, you'll be able to configure each dependency inside those folders. So I can say that, hey, for my common code, I want to use this library. For Android, I want to use this library, etc., etc. So, okay, there's a lot of setup that you can use, but you can just go through the documentation. There are details that is something over there. Usually it's the setup that's kind of hard here, but once you get things running, it's so easy to do the apps. So we're going to use a couple of libraries as well here. So for these, if there's JavaScript code, this is like your assembly. Paper client, this is how you install the SDKs for services. Serialization, of course, JSON to data classes. And then Ruby is under two, which is like implemented for these. This allows Kotlin to be used. Kotlin for these to be used in so okay, let's try to make that happen. So my Honest API, Paper API, and basically just generates random list of people. As you can see here, I chose persons, people, but So now it gives us this JSON, and what I want to do is turn this JSON into an app. So what I want to do is just make a simplest native app, which displays that. It calls the server, gets that JSON, and displays it into this app, using native tools like Jetpack Compose and SwiftUI. So the way I can do things is like this. So I wanna gather data, which is communicate with the server, you get that JSON, and then you have your business logic. Now how do you transform that, how do you process that? And then once it's transformed, you kind of build it in UIs. So that's how I kind of that's kind of like a mental model when you do things. And you usually start from the bottom. It's like, what do I make if I don't have data? So I usually start. So let's try building this part first. So okay, we had that JSON. So we're gonna build one last app. So this is how data model is gonna look like. So every person has first name and last name. So next, it's gonna come from the server. It's gonna come from a JSON. So you want to make sure that this class is serializable. So okay, and then if you look closely, the keys here are first name was small and last name was small. So I just want to exactly data to that. okay, this is your student, look for this in the JSON. So that's your first thing in the last. So, okay, that's our data model. So now I can create my repository. This is where I will get my list of people. Essentially, I mean, this is from my list. But anyway, so, okay, you use my people repository. And to communicate and to get that data from the server, I'm just going to use this HTTP client, which is for paper, and which makes it easier to communicate with the rest of the rest. So here, I'm just saying I want to use this HTTP client, and I want to one this API, I want to get a list of people, a person in this case. So, but yeah, you have to pay attention also to the JSON that you're going to get. So this is how it's modeled. So we need to add the one stuff. So I'm going to do this API response class, which holds that data, gets it from the data. So now this super small snippet already calls the server. Now we just need some setup in this data. Hey, HTTP client, I want you to be prepared. Again, you're gonna set a JSON string. Be prepared to process that. So okay. So that's it. Right? That's my data layer. I just call my API. I prepare for JSON processing, and now I'm able to get that JSON from the server. So now I need to process that in my business logic. So I'm going to make task, a new model, when you want task, new model, and then use the repository like you just made. And to create a data holder with you. So data holder is quite cryptic at this point, but this is a data holder. This is where we're going to store our list. So, okay, now I can just change that variable value. So before that, the repository. So, and here is where things will be able. So since we're communicating with the server, now we have to put that in the back of the stream log. So this is where coding needs to come into play. So this is now where we handle multi-threading. So if we're just saying, hey, this is the dominant task, please run this in the background, we're going to get something from the server. Yeah. So, alright, that's our code, and it's quite simple. This is just our business logic. So let's just say that we want to sort our users, or just put a simple logic. So get the people, I want you to sort them by their first names. And that's it. That's the business logic. So then, alright, we have the data, we get from the server, and now it goes to our mechanism. So it's a university. Now let's present those in our Android and iOS apps. So let's start with Android. So yeah, our endpoint, we have an activity. So there you go. And we're going to use compose at this point. So this is the default code that we're going to get. So it's fine. And now what we're going to use, we're going to use the model that we made. So the model gets it from the server, it sorts it. Now we just have to get it. So I'm going to create an instance of the model, and I'm going to collect that as a state for compose. So I won't explain all of the compose stuff, but what I want to show is that is how we're going to use that shared code for compose. So okay, we're just going to use that new model. We're going to get the list of people. And now we're going to build the UI. So easy in compose world, we can build a scaffold, which is basically like a skeleton of our screen. So there I can there my top bar. So I have a scaffold, there's a top app bar, and the title says comments. And you can look at the UI on the side as well. There's your top app bar and it says comments. So this is the code that does that. So inside that scaffold, now I will be able to import my content. So I'm just going to say that I have a lazy column. So we're going to list. And inside that list, I'm going to iterate through my people list. So it says there, items of people. And it's going to go through that list of people. And it's just going to generate a text. And the text is just going to display the first name and the last name. So this kind of code already generates this screen that we're seeing on the side. So we have scaffold, we have the top half part, we have the vertical list, and this is our item, which is just text, your first name and your last name. And that's it. And now that's connected with your other app. This is going to get details from the servers and just data. This is pretty simple. You can go crazy and make it as many videos you want. But this is just to show that this is running the bottom platform code in a native Android app. So it goes native, this is how it's ordered in Android. And you can go crazy. It's Ninja app compose. Okay, yeah, that's good. Everything works. So now how do we make this work for iOS? And this is where that platform comes. Of course, if you're doing this app, it's just like you're building a normal app, right? But like the power of automotive platform is just you can easily plug this into iOS. So you have your iOS project. Um, Everything set up. What you're going to do is the same thing. Here's your view, Swift UI view in iOS. And since this is already implemented in that multi-platform project, I'm now just going to use the same contacts view model that we made earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and make that. So I have my contacts view model. And the same way, I have a state over here for people, which is again, another Swift UI construct. So, okay, so we build up the UI again. So I'm going to build up the navigation view. And this is basically like the top afterward. And same way earlier, I'm just going to make a list. So just like earlier in Compose, I get the scaffold, the top afterward. So the scaffold is kind of like this navigation view. And then, okay, your basic follow this is like this list. And yeah, you're going to create through the list of people. And you're just going to generate a text which says first name and last name. So this way we build CUI, but earlier in Compose it's much easier to get that from your model. But since for an iOS, coordinates kind of doesn't play well here, so we're going to use that library and the native coordinates library allows us to convert those to group of line, which is another CUI construct. So basically, this is now how it would get this to you. So you have to create this publisher. Now it's going to interface with button on the platform, and now we can use that on board below when we see people for the publisher, this is an this view. And now that will trigger everything in this URL and give you this view. So yeah, that's pretty simple, and this is a pretty small project. But yeah, like you didn't have to build everything earlier. You didn't have to build another client to like get or communicate with the server. You didn't have to build another data model. You didn't have to build another view model for iOS. What we just did is we used the view model that plug it inside Swift UI. But then this now is like using native tooling for iOS. You don't have to like you don't have to make any compromises and still have it out. And yeah, basically there's your iOS app. So it's native, it doesn't look like the one in Android. It doesn't try to be an Android app, like Android app doesn't try to be an iOS app. It works under the hood, but the way you're presenting it is because it's very native and your users will do that one. So yeah, super simple demonstration of how quadrant multi-platform works. So yeah, okay, it works. We can use it for Android and iOS. What should we use it? So this is a sample review from TouchLab, which is a company that's using quadrant multi-platform. So they have a lot of blogs, they have a lot of what do you call this? A lot of influence in the community. And this is one of their criteria that they wrote down. And I think 2020. So, ideally you should be able to create your own rubric, you should be able to decide the result, but they need this, and this is how we decided the results. So, for quadrant voting platform, they like how the UI layer is very native, it feels very at home. When you're working with it, it doesn't feel like you're going to be an imposter. So they wanted it for UI layer. In terms of business logic, it's quite the same thing actually, but they want it. And this is one thing that is super also with developer efficiency. So since you're using native tools, your engineers will also have to use native tooling. So if you're an Android, you'll be able to use Android Studio, which is what for making Android apps. And for Xcode iOS, you're using Xcode, which is for iOS. You don't have to like use any other tool, and the developers would, feel at home, developers would be good, which makes sense that, to do also efficient. Effort output ratio, it's very high. So you're gonna put a lot of effort into doing this, but the output will also be high. And for me, building high quality apps. So for me, like the effort is, this is worth it. But that depends on like your circumstances. Like, you start off, yeah, time and stuff like that. Coaching potential, of course, blunder rates here, you have to give it to, they're gonna be sharing a lot more. So, like I said earlier, like, it requires more effort, but your output will be, creative. And just overall, like, since you're doing hit apps, your quality will be, better. So, but then again, this is your rule. So if you want to decide if you want to use this technology, you should decide within your needs as well. So, like I said earlier, for you as startup, you do the trigger task, how many people do you have with engineers, think about engineers doing this quickly, or do you have like mobile engineers that can use what they can do. So you kind of have to like know where you are as well. So it can't be just I want to use this tool and it goes fancy. So you have to decide what's going to be best for you with the circumstances. So let's say you just decide to do this so this is one thing that you're going to be worried about. Because this is going to disrupt how people are operating. Usually when you have mobile teams or your Android teams that works on their own, iOS team works on their own, they have their internal processes. Now you can cut using like that. So simple processes, you plan, you develop, test. But in each process, there at least in my experience, some of the things that you might want to look at a lot. So since they have their own way of doing things, and now you're going to be touching shared thing, you have to figure out what do you actually share. Like, hi, this is what we're going to share. Now, when we share that, who will do that? Is it going to be the Android team or the iOS team? And then, of course, how will you use the API? So what's going to be hard here is how will you be developing simultaneously when, the payment part isn't built yet. So you need to define contacts so that both teams can operate in parallel. And yeah, once you're doing that, now you have to make sure you follow those contacts. Like just like when you're working with a backend team, like they give you they give you the URL, they will tell you what method, they tell you the request, the response, and you have to trust them in that declaration. So you also have to do this in your mobile team. Hey, I was doing this in the B2B model, this is the function you're going to use, etc. etc. So if you don't do this on both teams, one team might be blind, now they don't know what to do, they just go to the right part of it. So you have to make sure that everyone is and yeah, when you adopt this is going to be iterative, so when you encounter issues, raise them as soon as you can. So the earlier you find these issues, be able to proper solution. And with testing, it's going to be hard now that iOS team will kind of content code, and the Swift code, but what I recommend is dual code review. But the most important thing for me is now you have to ensure that there's feature packaging. So you have to ensure that the Android app works the same way as the iOS app. And that's the clear benefit from using KMN. So if you change the KMN code, it behaves the same way on Android and iOS. And yeah, some things that we should just go there. In terms of your team structure, it could also kind of change. So normally, this is what's going to happen. If you have your Android team, you have your shared code. Normally, it's the Android team trying to take on that front. And that's because they know how to use Kotlin. They use Kotlin in their everyday or iOS is Swift. So they actually can do some learning for some systems from iOS. So usually, this is what happens. For me, the ideal thing is, or the ideal team setup will be this, where both teams are also using or modifying their shared code. Because the shared code affects both of them, so I think that both teams should have the care for that part of the project. So now you can use your taking out of your own content on the backend, so it's like you have your own mobile backend. So yeah, if you're big and like your projects are big, you get comfortable with this. So, okay, just some tips on how you, if you want to adopt them. But this is the hard part that I encountered. So, like, how do you introduce in your peer team? So, it's not just that, oh, I saw this technology, I want to use this, and then like, enforce it. Like, you have to get your team on board. So it's hard to like introduce this to them, especially to like your Android engineers. Like, oh, what do I have to do to change this? It already works in Android. Same thing with your iOS team. What do you need to convert this? This already works. I don't need to do anything. Right? So yeah, start with them. Like, listen to your team. Listen to your team. Right? Introduce this thing to them. Hey, there's this new thing here in Android. You can do this, etc., etc. But clear them out as well. Right? Make sure that like they understand this technology, listen to what they feel, like are they want to change, etc., etc. And explain how it works. So you can't just you can't just throw this out to them. You also need to know how this works. You need to explain that to them. Like, hey, I just want to try this. This is how it works. And this is the most important part, which is value. You need to communicate to them what the value is. So why am I using it and why am I putting this? For me, it's to, it's kind of to reduce faults in how I do an iOS app, so it's going to be the same. So that our effort is going to be also, basically the behavior was going to be similar for both. And yeah, take offer proof. So there's already a lot of companies that use Kotlin platform. So when big companies Netflix, I think they use it in their studio app. There's Square and Cash App in the US, which I think are very popular fintech apps in the country. They use it all throughout. And I'm not sure if DoorDash is one platform, I know DoorDash is doing. But there are a lot of big companies that are already using this technology. So it's still in beta, but a lot of people are using this. And our company, our app already has like 30K downloads, and it's working well. It's already a part of the platform. So, but yeah, be prepared for questions. They're gonna ask what it is, what do you use to use. Okay. So we need to be prepared for those questions and answer them. And we have to invite them to know what this technology is. And last is be supportive with them. Like if you're a team, it's not just something you do. Besides this, it has to be a team decision, it has to be a conscious decision for everyone to actually use this technology. And you have to decide as a team. So yeah, that's basically it. Like I would have wanted to like do a live coding or like enjoy it in action, but yeah, we might run into the issues. But that's Kotlin multi-platform and how we build it with the tool like compose and circular. That's it. So yeah, if you have any questions, I think we can take that down. Take our 10 minutes, right?
If you have questions, clarifications, feel free to approach Kurt Hostal. So ayun, Ate Jera, I'm sure they already had an idea about building native applications using those modern technologies he taught us. And I learned a lot, especially sa UI logic, common codes, sa Kotlin, Android, iOS, and also yung KMM.
Yes.
And just setting up ng content multi-platform as well. I love how we unveil yung all about content and mobile development as well.
Thank you very much for that topic, Kurt. So now it's time for us to separate. Because you will now go to track of your choice. So for track A, that is located in the plenary modest here. So we have machine learning for sustainable products and services. Also, if you are interested in becoming a solutions architect or you like solving problems, you may stay here at the plenary and listen for the introduction to solutions architecture.
For tracking, this is perfect for those people who want to be a remarkable person. We have hashtag I am remarkable. Reframing your narrative workshop located in meeting room 1 that is located in our second floor. And also lastly, for tracking, if you are interested with Flutter, improving your Flutter deployments with Fastlane is located at meeting room 2. Again, it is located in second floor. And you will also hear on Traxi about purpose, passion, people. It is in meeting room 2 as well after Flutter.
So all those meeting rooms are in the second floor.
Yeah, and if mga gusto mag-stay sa plenary, dito lang po kayo.
Yeah. So before we go to our separate ways, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Cloud Staff CEO, Mr. Lloyd. Say hi to everyone. Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much for being here with us, Cloud Staff CEO.
Guys, and good afternoon, everybody. It is so nice to see you all here today. I tell you what, I was running a little bit late, and if there is an opportunity to fix anything in the Philippines, it's retail checkout. Have you ever tried to buy something and have to wait in the queue, and the QR code doesn't scan, and this doesn't work, and then they need this, and then they need that, and man, if this was in the US, there would be a revolution. You know, people would be up in arms and protesting. So the great thing for you is that there's lots of opportunities. But the problem for the Philippines is that there are better opportunities for you. One of the things that we are seeing is COVID, this new normal, has brought forward lots of digital transformation projects that businesses all around the world are building. And as a result, that has meant that developers are more and more in demand. UI people are more and more in demand. Scrum masters can charge a fortune. And we are seeing a dramatic shift in salaries here in the Philippines. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens over the next 4 or 5 years. We internally, when we look at where our budgets are going, we expect that most developers will, over the next 3 years, their salaries will double. And if you have experience, then that's a multiplier for the amount of salary that you actually have. And so one of the things, one of the challenges that's happened is we're finding a lot of our developers don't have to work in the office anymore. They can work from home. And as a result, what it means is that when people, when we're bringing in level 1 fresh graduates, OJTs, it's going to be harder and harder for you to get experience. And that experience is absolutely critical. So it's called a catch-22 situation. You need experience, and the people who have the experience aren't in the offices. So these are things that, as we move forward, we need to figure out, how do we solve that problem? And you all coming along today, working at the Google Development Group, is a great way to learn and get experience. And I would absolutely encourage you, every moment, every chance that you have the opportunity to come along and listen to someone who has experience, it is worth dollars to you in the future. And so, guys, I congratulate you for taking the initiative, for coming out on a Saturday and learning about what I hope we're all passionate about. But there is amazing opportunities for people who have the right skills, who have the right attitude, and have the right passion about this as well. So So guys, it is a pleasure to be able to provide the services to help make this work. Wherever we can help you, please let us know. And we are always looking for great developers. I think, Dom, you normally have a couple hundred roles you're always looking for, and we only see that getting increasing more and more and more. And part of our goal is to figure out also how to give you that experience as well. So guys, enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you for coming along, and we would love to see you at, I think, one of our Raw events as well. Thanks, guys.
So before we go to our separate breakout booths, please do scan the QR code here for the thousand registration. Giving away DevFest shirts as well. So natin raffle ulit. So dami na. You have to either post online from our registration and QR code. Yes, and now from Cloud registration naman. Alright, scan, guys. Scan the QR code. Take your time. Alright, a lot of you are scanning right now. Ayun. So we'll give you a minute to do the registration. And then after that, before we proceed to this ating breakout room, we need to have our group photo muna now. Kasi mamaya patuloy tayo. Yeah. So after that, please stand up and let's go here at the stage to have our group photo taken by our photographer now. We'll be using on picture. We will get featured sa ating page. So yes. I have a lot of chances of being to feeling ko ako na to. So yes, extra ko yan. Dalawa na. Patong na. Ako naman yung cover up. Second one. Ayun. Are you done registering for Plaza? Are you done, guys? Alright. For those who are done, please stand up and join us here at this place. Here, guys. Stand up. Habang yung galing ng spot on this photo. Yes. Along with our CEO, Klaus Katz, we will be adding our pictures. They can. Yes. Here on stage, please. Join us here. Join us here. The pressure is on ba? Gusto mo hawak mo ng mic? Ayun. Very good. Let's have a quick photo lang. Let's go up to Chico. Don't use this opportunity because this is the first Grandest in Pampanga. So this is a hashtag history. More chances of women kasi. So kapag last tayo, we'll take the time. We can also use this time to have a group photo with your friends. Selfie. Yes. Ourselves as CEO here. So we can move forward yung tayo. Pero the last question is in the front. Yeah. Ayun, just mauuna na ako. Kaya hindi tayo pagkabihan nyo. Pagkabihan sa loob. Ganito na kayo, kamarami sa balik ko yung iba sa likod. Please join in here up front. Ayun. Move forward na tayo. Here in the flowers. Ayun, sa baba.
Baka white na naman wala.
Alright everyone, let's put in so that we can be in one photo. The turnaround of this event is such a success with your attendance, guys. Alright, ready? All smiles, everyone.
Hi.
Bye.
the number one.
Just for this photo.
Yeah. So everyone wearing masks, can you kindly remove them for a while so that we can see your beautiful smiles? Okay. Number one. Alright. One last, we'll be doing a video. So we would ask you to do the number one in motion. So all you have to do is raise your hand with the number one sign, like so. Okay, are we good? And our videographer will be Chris, wearing white. So on my cue, we'll be raising our hand together with number one sign. Okay? Ready? In 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, thank you so much, guys. Hold on. Oh, they would. Let's do the GDG folks. Okay.
After that photo, we have one video again saying GDG Devfest Pampanga 2022.
But with energy.
Pero daw, with energy naman. GDG Devfest Pampanga 2022.
Okay. So,
Photo mo yan, GDG logo.
the GDG logo is like greater than and less than.
Yes.
Mirroring each other. Okay.
Yeah. So sabi natin pala, GDG Devfest Pampanga 2022 na sila. Okay? Yan.
Okay. On my cue. In 3, 2, 1, and action.
Yes. Ayun.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
as you can now proceed to your breakout room. So for those who like to join us here at the plenary for machine learning for sustainable products and services, and also in production and solutions architecture, you can stay here at the plenary hall. For those who like to join the hashtag I am remarkable workshop, you will join us for breakout room 1. Also, at the breakout room 2 is for improving your product development with fasting and also the purpose fashion people. You may now proceed to your breakout room. So breakout room 1 and 2 is upstairs. Yes, for those who want to join or to listen, or maybe for speak in machine learning, you may join here in plenary. So for breakout room 1, that's upstairs for hashtag I am remarkable workshop. For breakout room 2, it's upstairs also for the topic of improving your flower deployment casting. And also joining us here is for those special people in Patricia naman. Wow. Patricia! Yun. So breakout room 1 and 2 is upstairs. You may now proceed, please. So we'll start in a while. So if you're joining breakout room 1 and 2, you may now go upstairs. Again, the raffle is still ongoing. If you want to win your swag. What are your swags, Angela? First, syempre, yung ating Google Home TV. Nagawa sa Google GDG Manila jacket. And also our shirt and stickers. Yeah, posting those up. So I actually all those who stay here for the plenary session. And anyone nakakalo na sa ating breakout room 1 for hashtag I am remarkable worship. Grabe na napakaganda yung session na to. It's very intimate. True, and they're very old. Our the speaker here, yes, our very own WT ambassador for Manila, Miss Justin. So for breakout room 2 naman, will be joined by Dolly for improving your economic deployment with fasting, and also the gratitude for purpose fashion people. So you may now proceed upstairs for those who like to join breakout room 1 and we will start in a few minutes. So I'll leave it at your partner. I'll go upstairs to the join them now. Okay, thank you so much. See you later.
Guys, you can move close up front to fill in those spaces. Then we'll start in a minute. And take your time. Go to second floor if you want to listen about hashtag I am remarkable and improving your flutter employments with fast lane and also the purpose, passion, and people. While if you want to listen more about machine learning, or you want to become a solutions architect, or you want to be part of the solution, you may stay here at the plenary. So while we are waiting for others, I would like to ask a question from our audience. So, hi for those who are in plenary. Hello. So, I guess you want to learn more or you want to listen about machine learning. So, right now, ano ba yung pino-pursue mo ngayon? Why do you want to listen here? What ano yung plans mo right now? Hi, your name is Serena. Nice name. So, ayun. Ano yung field mo right now? Are you in the tech industry or what? First year student. So, you are a student. So, what do you want to learn here in the plenary right now? Alright, so I think magiging motivated ka dito. Kasi, kasi ang galing ng speaker natin for today. She's very an empowered woman, artificial intelligence. So thank you, Sharina. Now, let's move here. Tama ba yung spell yung pagkakapalag ko? Oh, mali. Sorry. Hi! But may kita ko sa namin kasi very bright yung violet na purple na shirt nila. Ayan. So, ayan. What's your name? JM. JM. So, ano yung gusto mong marinig ngayon? What do you expect to learn from this talk? Actually po, yung talk ngayon is interested ako sa talk kasi it's about machine learning. And at the same time, it's support ko sa fellow GDG namin from the university. Oh, for the support naman pala sa fellow colleagues from GDSP. So thank you so much. Then, I'll start introducing now our next speaker for today. So, our next speaker is an empowered woman in technology and a product owner and data scientist who studies physics at PUP Manila. She also has passion for democratizing data skills and making a data-driven decisions. In fact, her journey in data science started way back 2020 and now building AI products and services with cross-functional individuals from local and international sectors for her sustainable development goals. Amazing, right? She's here to unveil the machine learning for sustainable products and services. Let us all welcome Armelina Benguar. Hello.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Army. So I just got here because I had a talk a while ago at GDG Manila for machine learning and AI. So now I'm also speaking here in Pampanga. And probably I don't know if you guys already familiar with machinery and artificial intelligence probably is. Maybe I could ask like who among your students, especially computer science or first year, second year, or most of your professionals. Alright, so going to my next slide. Alright, so let me give you like a brief background also. In addition to what we shared or what our host shared is that I'm also focused on community and for social impact and passion for advocating on media and also loves talking to people, but basically sometimes I appear in the crowd or social gathering. So basically, yeah, I'm here because actually this is going to be my second time speaking in a conference. The first one is a while ago, and now I'm here for the second time. So yeah, let me go to my next slide. Okay, so my question right now for everyone of you, when you see an image, what's the first thing that you see? Is it somehow the features of the person, or maybe you also check whether the images are blurred, or is it in high super resolution, or what are the images or objects in a specific image? And basically, an image is not just basically seeing maybe the person's maybe physical features, but also it gives stories. It gives us either emotions, like for this one, you see here a key, and basically this could be a victim of a flood or a typhoon or a disaster, but it's not just one word. It's actually in every photos or images that we also see every day on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. It has a lot of words that we can think of. And probably this is something that's related to the topic that I also mentioned. Because actually that image is a picture of a child that one of the children that has been affected by these current monsoon that come upon their village, and it's in Pakistan. So basically it needs almost 10 million children. It's just one person. But at the back of the story of this image, it has a lot of things that we can do. And of course, my question right now is, what does sustainability mean? Maybe you can discuss it beside your friend or besides you, or your friend you're asking, but what's the first thing that comes into your mind when you say sustainability? So maybe either you already know like this is something related to sustainable development goals, like goal 70, right? 100 disasters, other parts of it. And also, in relation to that, sustainability refers to the ability to support a process continuously over time. And it's not just simply like saying, okay, this product is sustainable because it has like this and that. But it should be a longer, or it should maintain the process for over not just today, but in the future. And basically, when we say sustainable development, it's something related to this, wherein sustainability, yeah, it meets the needs of the present. It's not just you sitting here in the conference will benefit to the specific products, but also the people coming next to you for the next generation. And of course, again, the point there, without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their goals. So this is something that maybe all of us, maybe we've heard this a lot of times, but how do we as developers take the sustainability related to AI or machine learning or ML? And of course, this is something related to what I'm going to be sharing with you. This is something that UNICEF have released, that two-thirds of the world's school-age children have no internet access at home, and UNICEF IT Youth reports this. Maybe you are familiar with this initiative, or maybe the UNICEF itself, you're familiar with it. Maybe you heard them, or no. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is actually an initiative, an international organization where they really empathize or they really help those communities to solve such problem like no internet access. Because it's happening here in the Philippines. And not just here in Manila or maybe in Pampanga or other places. So actually, this is just, I think, some of the children that have been, challenged in terms of the internet connectivity issues. Basically, these are from Sudan, and these are the children we share the television on their friend's house. Maybe they're watching, yeah, from there they're watching social studies lesson. But and you can also see there the lack of internet connectivity because basically you're using the modules and yes, maybe it's not good. Even to them, maybe the access is not yet enough for these children. And of course, we see this that 12 years old Elizabeth, 10 years old Justin, and even other friends. Maybe there's 6 years old and other ages, but we are sharing in one room. And maybe these children have to go to this friend's house, maybe far away from their homes, just to watch of this lesson. And basically, we had this problem not just in Sudan, but it's happening all over the world. And of course, we witness that the lack of connectivity doesn't just limit the children and young people's ability to connect online. Because right now, if you're going to study technology, you have to have a good access of internet, right? You can simply take the resources and so on. And of course, we can highlight there that the lack of internet access is costing the next generation their futures. And somehow it's connected with sustainability. If we're not going to do something right now, the next generation will also suffer the same. And that's also the internet access. Because honestly, maybe some of us are really experiencing this internet problem every single day. When we take our online classes, when we go to, we're trying to do our research, and sometimes when we do coding, we need to, have this availability of these resources to check some references. And basically, this is a global statistics showing that children from the age of 3 to 7 has this problem. Not just, you see here, West Central Africa, and then also the East and Southern Africa, and also you see here in the South Asia, and there is also like 448 million. Imagine, we're just, I think, 100 here. How about those 449 million children? That's a lot, right? And actually, you see also Middle East and North Africa, 89 million. It's not just simple thousands, but it's also millions of children. And of course, there's also here the other place, 74, 36, 183 for the East Asia Pacific. And then here, 183. Overall, 1.3 billion. So definitely it's something that's very large number, right? Because it's billion. And imagine working on a day that's around billion or something. Really hard to process because you need to have a maybe high computing power to process it and to have this insights of 1.3 billion children has been experiencing this scene. And also, of course, the question is, why am I telling you this? These are just a few problems. It's not just the internet access, but there's a lot. And one hour talk is not enough for me to share with you what are those problems that we have. But it's a good thing that we, as the developers, right here, we are problem solvers. Those problems that we know that technology can be used to improve this, to solve this problem. And yeah, I'm going to share with you this starting project I had before. And this is when I was starting the AI journey, artificial intelligence. So I'm part of that. So this is an international organization wherein we are connecting communities, solving problems, and using machine learning, artificial intelligence, and of course, in connection to sustainability. So yeah, so this is something that you can also see here, the global impact, of course, of artificial intelligence. Because we know whenever we heard the word AI, it's something that, oh, it's cool. I feel it's so many information. I feel like I'm a master, I feel like I'm an expert. But deep inside, what makes your AI products different from the others? Because there's a lot of products, right? Maybe it's the message that you're reading to your clients. Maybe you're solving this problem about, internet access or other things. And it's a global community. We're in, lots of people globally, data scientists, machine learning engineers, and AI engineers are working together to solve these problems. And even me, I started here as a second year student, but now I'm a fourth year student, graduating. But when I was my second year, I had no idea how to start with AI because definitely something that's so really kind of out of my comfort zone because I'm from the background of physics. So my usual classes is like, learning mathematics, learning this calculus, learning this, different equations, integral. So we had like programming classes just for me to learn about AI. So I had to really look for resources and I think to actually look for that. And from there, I get to know that they really teach me as a second year student, as a 19 years old student, how to start with AI. And this is actually the first project. And that's the one that I showed you to teach children about watching a TV and so on and you're learning from specific type. And now, yeah, so these are the current number of people involved in this international organization. So yeah, then we operational AI engineers, imagine working on a project full of AI engineers, and I feel like stupid. Like what I'm going to contribute to them. They're really professional and I don't know what's and I had this when the first time we had worked on the project, my first question is that how can you understand your language? Because being surrounded with professionals of AI, I hear most of the time generic model, what's this statistic regression, linear regression. Well, for me as a secondary student, I don't know what you're talking about. Because like, I only know about calculus. I only know about integral. But I don't know what is linear regression. So basically, I started from there. And of course, 100 plus countries involved, 300 plus Filipino colleges, and 85 plus local chapters. This local chapters is like, for example, if you're from Japan, then you're going to meet a chapter in Japan as well and working with Filipino. So it's really a global such as, and then after that, when this is just, I think, related projects that we're working on right now. And these are the current projects that I'm currently working on. It's all about, using NLP to solve violence. Second is understanding disability skills and job in Africa. And third would be improving access to water services. So definitely this topic is actually somehow related to community problems. So we're kind of using AI and ML to really solve them. So you see the word NLP. It learns from the text and the words. So of course we know that violence is happening in this country, but it's over the globe. And of course, this is the project I work on, identifying school locations spent from satellite imagery. That's the one I showed you a while ago, the picture of a child. And from here, basically, you use image. So the first slide I had before is image. So basically, I'm focused on analyzing this image, aside from him. I know it's image, but what's the underlying insights that I could get from these images? And from here, we have worked on research and IQ to connect every school to the internet and every young person with information, opportunity, and choice. So in short, this is somehow related to two-way or related to sustainability. As we know that, from Sudan itself perspective, we are currently, working on the problem of how they can connect the unconnected schools and even the children itself. And of course, this is the satellite. This is just a few images that we learned. But actually, if you're familiar with satellite imagery, this is more of, the one that you see in the drone, capturing a specific area how to. And actually, if you check this one, something that, yeah, I see object, I see trees, I see this really black area, but it's time to really analyze how can we connect this unconnected schools and give them the right access or the internet access. So basically, these are just a few images, but yeah, we have another data. But the problem is, how can we get or how can we analyze this? So, what I did as my first thing is that I researched what kind of structure does the Sudan supposed to say. Is it an L is it an L type building? Or is it something like for example, this one, or the first image. It looks like just a rectangle. And it's a school, right? But when you look at the second image, it's a different one, right? It's not kind of different. It's kind of different from the first one, but when you look at the third image, it's kind of different. So imagine just checking these images, it's pretty different from the first one and the second one. And going to more complicated one, this one. It has a lot of objects, it images. So how can you tell that this one is a school? How can you tell that this one is not? And another one complicated thing that I work on is this one. Because I'm not sure if during that time like, this is really a school. So we really asked the Sudan people to really share with us what it looks like, of course, in school there. And the next part will be, okay, this one. Another different school time. So this one it looks like, I don't know, it's a U shape. And this one kind of bit more different from the other. So this is one challenge that working on images. Like, what does school looks like in Sudan? And it's just one of here, like for example, this one. It's kind of giving us, is it like art school? It's just one area. Or this one, like, okay, which one is this school? So it's really hard to analyze images because you will ask a lot of questions like, am I doing it right? Am I labeling this image? Because when you process this with AI, you need to label each page this images. Like, for example, for the first image, okay, let me go back. Then for this one, going to this first image, right here, you have to label it that this one is a school. But when you then label it as school, you need to call this, and also this one. So it's really hard thing. It did actually work on 50,000 schools. So working on this 50,000 schools, like, oh my God, I don't know every single school in Sudan. I'm not a person living there, like, oh my God. But during that time, I was really challenged by how can support this, entirely a beginner AI, knowing this 50,000 images of schools, and all of them has like different things. And of course, after that, actually during that project, it's 8 weeks. So we worked on with, I think, 40 data scientists working on that 50,000 schools. But actually, the good thing about that is that, yeah, you're surrounded with AI engineers, ML engineers, data scientists. So every single thing that I don't know yet here, I ask them. So I could practice and learning something, you should ask a lot of questions. Because from there, you're maximizing the people that you're surrounded with. Like for me, they're gonna kind of beginner. So what I did is I asked them, how do I understand this? What method should I be doing here? Like, what's the correct proper question? Basically, this is something that I never expected. But actually, after the meetings, we're able to connect the accurate schools. Imagine the 50,000 schools. This is actually the hard place. So basically, it's something that I'm not there. I'm living in the Philippines. But I was able to work on with this project from Sudan. And actually, the yellow one is actually the label schools. But you see that there are some parts of the area here that hasn't been detected. Maybe inefficient data, maybe you don't have like a picture of your school. So that's one problem that perhaps in coming weeks or months we can process it. But basically, these are the 50,000 schools that we connected with connect the academic results. And of course, another map here, yeah, this one is the top schools. Yeah, okay, go back. Alright, so this one, looking at here, you see the blue one. So these are the, yeah, connected schools at the moment. I think you might be able to apply it with other countries aside from Sudan, but hopefully here in the Philippines, because you know what's happening as well. Like there are certain places in provinces that the children has to walk mile for mile just to go to school. And then how can we make sure that those schools are easily accessible to them? So we can try that as well in the future. But yeah, this is the progress that we worked on this project. And yeah, let me go here. Alright, so maybe you could also search this one on the internet. So it's all about mapping schools in Sudan using artificial intelligence. And from here we get this result. And I'm the one who presented this with philanthropist itself, Google, AWS, or Amazon, and Microsoft. And they were really impressed that with this 50,000 students, we will be able to identify them. And hopefully we can improve more, not just in one country or two, but also in other places of the world. And from there we realized that AI can also be sustainable too. That isn't, you're not just creating coding, but you're also helping the next generations to have a better future. And of course, when we do a product that is sustainable, we first need to ask the question, how can it build the team? So this one is the first thing that we've done when we did the project. And the second is how can we process the data for the team and to create an innovation which it can build a products and services. So that's basically pretty much summary of this. But going here, I would view this as creating a products and services that really should focus on the stories. Here in our customer interviews, because opportunities will emerge once we know already the stories behind it. Because again, when we do a product, it should be focused on the users, not just when realities or anything about this AI. And of course, to just to clarify the difference between machine learning and AI, maybe you guys know, I think it's the same thing or not. But actually, when we see machine learning, it talks about, manages to influence users. And of course, from the word machine learning, it learns from the data by experience. Meanwhile, when we say artificial intelligence, it means how we think of. Like for example, businesses, we have to use this to automate detection and so on. So basically, these two are different things, okay? And also deep learning is kind of different from these two. So don't make it more, don't be confused that these two are the same. And of course, again, machine learning, of course, optimizes it and allows to make a smarter use of products and services. And of course, here, when we say sustainability is more on human interaction with the environment, and it brings greater impact on social. So the next time that we think about sustainability, it isn't just about related to sustainable development goals, but it also bringing something more impactful for the social good. And of course, it's solving human problems. It's not just the internet access. There's a lot to be solved. So here, again, my last point here. If our developments are not sustainable, then it means we will come to suffer at some point. It may not be us, but the future generation will adopt it. So as a technology people, aspiring web developers, machine learning engineers, AI, UI UX designers, and so on, let's always think of in a way that we as a developer are problem solvers. We are not just good at programming, coding, but we are making an impact to whatever we do. So when you do like your project, your undergrad, or maybe say you're working in corporate, you're part of the social community. So let's have this thinking that it's us doing something for the next, generation. And of course, maybe this question would I can ask for is that would machine learning or artificial intelligence product do you think is sustainable? And of course, the next point here, thank you. Thank you so much for listening to my talk.
Alright, thank you so much, Miss Arlene. Alright, thank you so much, Miss Arlene. Truly that machine learning is really helpful for all. And I really like her talk then because it shows her motives and yung vision niya. Like that she talks about our social problems, connecting it with her tech talk as well. Like she really aims to provide more opportunities using AI for students and children. And we are here to innovate technology for social change and for social good, right? So, ayun guys, so speaking of problems, so kanina, ang dami-dami problema binanggit, di ba? Ang dami-dami problema sa society. So now, I'd like to ask our attendees, from 1 to 10, like you can do hand signs guys, ah. From 1 to 10, how do you want to be part of the solution? Do you want to be part of the solution? From 1 to 10. Oh, may I already see some hands here like 10. Wow. Yeah, that's great to hear, guys. And I'd like to ask them, following that question, from 1 to 10, how well do you know about solutions architecture, solutions architect, how well do you know? 0, 5, 01. Alam niyo guys, don't worry for those who are walang idea about solutions architecture, that yung kanino sa mga may idea na because Devfest Pampanga got you covered because our next speaker is a software engineer in training. She has been in many different roles during her career in the technology industry, eventually becoming a solutions architect. She likes being in technology because she believes it provides us the ability to make our life easier by leveraging technology to solve our problems. In fact, she was also the speaker from last Devfest Manila last week. She's more than ready to introduce what solution architecture is all about. Let us all welcome our very own Joanna Chan.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think I know you guys all over the audience. I volunteer for the developers with this law, and I was your speaker today. Before I start, though, I just want to introduce more about myself and I think I've learned so far. So, I really wasn't just an engineer, so I took up. I got the so. Sorry. Okay. So sorry, just skipping one slide. I started off studying computer science and graduated from the University of the Philippines in Manila. And I started my career as an embedded software engineer for Canon. At the time, wala na yung mag-code of papers for career. Pero, ang maganda doon is, due to embedded systems having lower memory and lower processing, it helped me optimize my code and learn good practices. Eventually, I got to go to Japan as a technical lead and project manager for 1 year and a half. And there I learned that code is universal. I didn't speak an ounce of Japanese, but I was able to communicate with our stakeholders there. And regardless of where we come from, we can be world-class engineers. Basta alam niya yung the next. I came back, continued on, become a software engineer, but eventually decided that I want to change the face and change the name. Which is, so it's okay. I took a Python and applied to become a balance calculation developer for Willis Towers Watson. Eventually, sorry. Yeah, so go ahead. UB, Canada, went to Japan, then became Python developer. Then I became a solutions architect within Willis Towers Watson and got certified within program. So my training was straightforward. At the start, I didn't know even what solution architecture is. But hopefully this little talk can help you demystify what solution architecture is, what kind of career you can get, and what skills you need to build up in order to be good in this career. So with that, let's start. First then, where is the solution in architecture? Lahat tayo gumagawa ng solution. In our day-to-day, even though it's not practical, we build solutions. Let's take, for example, the problem ng hunger. Araw-araw, nagulog tayo, ha? Solving, solution na tayo sa, gutom. Pagkain. Paano natin mabuhay pagkain? Delivery, bumili, pagkaluto. Lahat yun ay valid solutions to your problem, right? So, in terms of architecture, when we say the word architecture, the first thing that usually comes into my mind is buildings. When we see beautiful buildings, we are able to see patterns in it. But in order to get that outcome or pattern, we need someone to be able to plan it out very carefully to start, so that we can see it all over the different world and different cities, right? So essentially, solution architecture is just the process of developing solutions based on a predefined process, guideline, and best practices, with the main objective of solving business problems. So you need to be able to plan out and follow a series of steps, para you can get your outcome very consistently. So let's look at the specific outputs expected within solution architecture. Kasi yung word architect, solution architect ay yung makasa ko. Then, usually it's an architect, we consult when we're trying to build a house. If you have a dream house, even if you can explicitly say everything you want in that house, you can't be direct that people building the actual house. You can't say to them, I want this big wall or something, and they will just build it out for you. You need an architect to be able to translate those requirements into something that is understood by the professionals building out your actual house. So, you need visual outcome down to some architect, a blueprint. Similarly, within solution architecture space, that is what we do. We take the requirements of the business and translate it to something that is understood by actual teams building it out. Be development teams or scrum masters or CEOs, we are the ones explaining it to them. And this is the typical output that is expected from us. Was it easy to understand? Is it words? No, it's drawings. It's so easy to understand drawings. That's why we use it in our day-to-day. You may be familiar with some of them. You have the sequence diagram, or UMLs. You have flow charts, and you have infrastructure diagrams. These are just some samples available. There are a lot of different diagrams and diagrams that's out there. So you need to know them in order to communicate more. Then, on that, kasi, ito yung mga hindi sila yung mag-adjust, but we are the ones who will adjust their communication style. We should know the terms that they're using, so that we can communicate more effectively. So here are the outputs. Let's look at the inputs now. Going back to that analogy of architecture. Before President Sudan, doon sa paper ng blueprint nila, they ask a lot of questions. They will ask, what color? What budget? What's that? Similarly, in the solution architecture space, we have some samples of building blocks that we need to consider even before writing out the first line of code in the first version. So I'll just give a few samples here. Then You can research on your own experiences. The first one, programming languages. I think most of your students usually focus in school prescribing programming languages by your teachers. If you go into an enterprise, you don't need to choose. It's already there. But do you ever wonder who chooses the programming language? It's usually the solution architect. If they don't only consider the compatibility with language to business problem, they also consider the 5-10 year viability of the programming language. Meaning, the programmers will be interested in taking up that language so that you have people to maintain your solution. You don't just build a solution to solve a problem now. You want to solve it for the next 10, 20, 30 years, right? Next, infrastructure. When you're building out your homeworks, something in your random, something or other. So that's the type of infrastructure. But for enterprises, we consider where our customers will be. That's why, they're doing cloud right now. Hindi lang kita na madaling mo i-deploy yung code mo and be accessible everywhere in the world. But for others, you want to use on-premise or your own data center. If you want to, follow rules and regulations. Sometimes you can export your data, you want to get in consideration. So those are some things that we consider even before we write down. Next, network design. Almost all our apps are now application-based, meaning web-based, and accessible to the internet. Ngayon lang sa Facebook, hindi ako nakalagay dito kasi actually na-hack na yun na. So that's the type of network design. Similarly, some of you, did you sign up for Disney Plus recently? But it was just recently released in the Philippines. But actually it was released first in the US. So how are we being able to control who can access what? They design the network so that you can check where you are in the world, then allow you access based on your region. So that's one important thing. The next, solution frameworks. As programmers, we're taught to always reuse, don't write new code if you can help it, right? Similarly, with the architecture space, there are things called solution frameworks, which you can use so you don't have to think about everything every single time. Next, security. Lahat tayo may online, marami tayong online accounts, right? But if you don't secure it, you get hacked. It is also within the architecture space that you think about security. Who can access what, when you can access it, and how can you access it. Lastly, if your problem is simple and it's already solved by a business, why not just buy a solution? You can also do that. It's also called commercial software or commercial COTS, commercial off-the-shelf software. Simply put, if you want to build a cost system, just buy it and build it so that you can concentrate your efforts on the other parts of your organization. Ang dami. Sa tao na maragawa. Hopefully naman hindi. Within the enterprises, usually it's comprised of architecture teams. You have different people concentrating on the different parts. That's why we have a lot of different possible roles within the architecture space. So, I'll just quickly introduce what an architect is, and let's look at the different roles available to us. So, solution architecture is mainly involved in evaluation of business need, often technical work, and is tasked with the descriptions of the solutions that can be used to address the need. As you see, we're not the ones actually building it out. But if it's something new, you'll be the first one to be doing the research, doing the proof of concept, and coding it out just to prove that it's viable for the business. So if you want to be constantly challenged, constantly learning, this is a good career for you. You will not get bored, that's for sure. So if you go to LinkedIn or any job spec and type in the word solution architect, these are the typical roles that you'll be able to see. Solution architect, enterprise, cloud, service, other possible role names, the famous big cloud providers such as AWS, or Azure. You have infrastructure, DevOps, even data architects. All of this comprises a specific scope or domain within the architecture space and differ them from a new domain. So here's a little graph to showcase to you what's needed in each role. We have on the left side, is your stack strategy focus, but it simply means is how long term will someone think about the solution. Usually, if you are required to look at the strategy focus, you will think about the business and the transformation needed in the 5 to 10 year gap. While for those on the lower side, you may be required to think it for the transition or 1 or 2 years, while others will focus on the specific need. While on the lower side, the technology focus, you will need to think about either the end-to-end of the enterprise solution or just a specific implementation, meaning from top to end. So enterprise architects, if you want to go for that role, you be focused more on the 5-10 roadmap, wherein you will look at the end-to-end solution, meaning anong programming language, saan nilalagay, sino kailangan mo, and processes you will need to support that. While solution and data architects will give meat to those roadmap items, we will be adding the details required to each of the items that is put in by the enterprise architect. So we do POCs based on those requirements. Then on the lower side, we have the DevOps, technicals, and cloud architects, wherein they have the skills to actually do the coding. But the cloud architects here, they tend to move around the track depending on the company that you are working with. With so much different roles, so that we have saying that, but actually, one good thing is, regardless of the role, the required skills and qualities for each of the architects remain the same. So let's get into that. So this is not a complete list. I just put in some samples that helped me along when I shifted from being a developer to an architect. So let's start with technical skills. For me, the most important thing for technical skills is to learn about patterns. Because you're doing everything about the integration, how things work together, using design patterns to make your life way easier. Next is software engineering. Because you're buying tools, you need to know how to do good code, good software development life cycles. If you don't know how to do good code, it's useless. Last is infrastructure. For me, I didn't learn about deployment infrastructure when I was in school, so it helped me greatly learning about this because I now know what type of servers, how big they should be, etc., etc. Something called right sizing. Next step, communication. This one, regardless of the role you're in, you need to know how to communicate effectively. Okay, developer again, or what? Most of us, when I was kid, actually, I thought that if I go to computer science, the only thing that I will talk with are computers. I didn't know that I have to talk with different people. But these are the types of communications that we need to do now. Verbal, you need to be able to present very well. Because as an architect, you need to talk with a lot of different people. And they use a lot of different terms. Written, you will write a lot of documents in order to document all the decisions that have been made by the project when coming up with the solution. Then listening. You are also part of the requirements gathering process. So you need to be able to listen well so that you are able to get the requirements that is not being set by your customers. So that will reduce your work again. Next, management. Unfortunately, or fortunately, if you like, we also need to know how to manage projects. Even though you're not the project manager, you're not the scrum master, you need to build out solutions that can meet the budget needs, the cost constraints, and the time constraints. That's why it's important to get the basics of project management. Change management. When you write something up and you plan something up, does it always go to plan? No. So how do you handle that? That is part of change management. You need to know to be able to ensure that you just don't add to the scope, and eventually nothing will come out. So you need